What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Pedro and Hannibal podcast. Bet on you. That's what.
Whoa!
Bet
He
on
got some
you.
swag. Oh
Set goals one day at a time. This is a very special sweater that was given to me by my partner. He's going to take over the world one of these days. Pedro DoorDash. Oh, sorry, Mr. Bet on You. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. Hey, it looks good. How's it feel? Does it feel all right?
Feels good. Feels warm.
Yeah.
Warm as shit. Actually, I'm enjoying it. So appreciate you guys for coming in. We have a really fun show ahead of us. We're gonna be talking about the top 5 overrated rappers, and I know I'm gonna surprise Pedro with my list. I'm very, very confident. He's not gonna know what. Yeah, a little bit.
See, I think I'm gonna piss you off with mine. I feel like you're gonna be like, what? Like, but it's my list, it's your list. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we got. I think in the chat, we'd like to know, give us a couple who's overrated. For me, when I looked at overrated, they had to be relevant at one time, like popular rappers. I'm not just gonna say these are the worst.
No,
to me, that's
overrated.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So these are popular, kind of mainstream, relevant people, current or back in the day. I think my number one is going to be, I think I'm going to lose some subscribers, but it's okay. I'm going to say
we had some pushback from last episode when we said that the Outkast was our favorite hip hop group of all time, and it could be. I think our group, and we love you guys. We appreciate you guys from listening. So be honest. Say, hey, listen, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, but put in who you think is underrated, and I agree with you, Pedro. I think like underrated means like they received a lot more attention and money and status than they probably deserve based on rapping, right?
Yes.
Like rapping, able to spit that hot fire. Bars, right? Like that's what we're talking about. Not necessarily we hate them or like the people that I have on my list, I listen to their music, but I do believe that they're overrated in terms of rapping ability. So we're going to get into that. We're going to be talking about the Kanye thing too. I don't know what's going on.
Kanye doesn't know what's going on.
Or
maybe he does. He's either the smartest man alive currently in the universe, or he really needs some help. It's one of the two. There's no in between, in my opinion. So, that's just how I look at it.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Tell us the answer, Kanye. Like, what's the plan? I mean, we'll get in more into that, but I want to talk about something really quick. Hopefully, I put this video up on the StreamYard. So this was kind of like a viral thing. It was a TikTok. It was some content creator. I guess he's popular enough that he was able to go viral. He's a streamer, video editor. And he said that, well, actually, he was answering someone's question. He was saying, why are you always tired? Because I think he probably mentioned that he was tired. And he said, I'm tired because being a content creator is harder than a 9-to-5 job.
Interesting.
Let me see if hopefully I got this video. I think it's only 20 something seconds. I'm gonna put it up right now. Hopefully this is the right one because I didn't label them correctly. Let me see.
Tired from what? Content creation is harder than your 9-to-5. You really don't know how much hard work goes into creating multiple videos a day. Being constantly creative with new video ideas, trying to make footage look good, getting new shots, taking many takes over and over, it can get to be a lot. So yeah, I'm tired.
Like, shouldn't he be in school? Like, what's going on?
Oh yeah, apparently, I think that guy is like an adult. I saw some videos he was shaving, so I don't know if he's 12 or 22 or 37.
Where does Hannibal find these people? It's amazing. I love it.
Internet, I guess. So I'm guessing he's a full-time content creator, and he was very, defiant. Like, hey, listen, I'm tired because what I do is more difficult or harder than someone's 9-to-5. And I would say through the responses that I've seen from this TikTok, he got destroyed for the most part. I think most people did not agree.
Yeah.
I have a different take on it, but I wanted you to, I guess I didn't even tell you about this.
I like the stuff like this. Yeah. So I look at it like this. Clearly, based on the 10-second clip, he's making some really well edited, spending a lot of time and hours editing things, shooting. He's got lights and cameras and different angles. I'm sure like a lot of content creators do it like that. So I think it depends on what kind of content you're making. He said several videos a day. So he's obviously he's doing TikToks, and I think TikTok, you got to do 3 a day. It's kind of normal to hit the
Yeah, I
algo.
think he's a streamer too. Like I guess he's
Streamer, yeah.
doing the stuff that.
Yeah, so he's putting the time and effort in. Clearly, you can tell, right? But yeah, it's not harder than most 9 to 5s because you can basically do it whenever you want, right? You could, you're not having to get up at a certain time of the day. You don't have to punch in, punch out. You're not, your boss is the algorithm and your subscribers, but that's still not the same. So I think it's this new generation, these younger people that grew up on social media and
These
all
young
that.
kids
They
out
just
here.
need to stop. I mean, if you're making money on content creation and it's a first world problem, like, come on, like, get out of here with that. It's ridiculous. And I make content every single day on my other
Yeah,
channel. And while sometimes, yeah, you feel a small amount of pressure to give the people what they want or to keep up with it, it's fun. I enjoy it, and I feel lucky to make money and make videos that people watch. So I don't think I agree with him, at least not from that 10-second clip. So
yeah. I wanted to bring it to you because you are a full-time content creator for the most part, right? Like you spend, I don't know if you have to divvy up your time, but I'm assuming you dedicate more time to making content than you do the other things that you do. I'm asking. I'm not sure.
I
I
would
would
say
assume.
right now for me, it's pretty split because I'm still working actively, like with these apps and things, making money that way 6 hours a day. But I do spend a lot of time making content creation and or watching other videos, commenting back in my videos, collaborating with other people, networking with other companies or whatnot. So it's probably leaning more. I spend more time with the content creation stuff, the YouTube hat, right, as a creator than I do the apps. But I still spend, it's pretty close. Before it was a lot more with the way I make money more traditionally, I guess. But you shift it. But yeah, I think that he looked 11 to me. I think he's a little out of touch of reality of what most people have to do. Wake up at 5 a.m., blue collar work. A lot of people do that kind of work, service industry, doctors. Like, come on, man. You're a little out of reality, I think. That's my opinion on a 10-second clip.
And and it's interesting. A lot of content creators were giving him a lot of crap. They were like, "You don't know what you're talking about." So I looked at it and I thought, yeah, you could easily just shit on him because he has a smackable face. Like he doesn't, you like this kid talking about, and apparently, like I saw him shaving and he had like a beard. He looks like he says he's tired all the time. He's probably because he's not exercising or eating right. If you're sitting in a dark room all day and you're editing and you're not taking care of your body, that's probably why you're tired. You should go to the doctor. Maybe you're deficient on some vitamins or something like that. But I'm just saying, like, if you're tired all the time, like I feel that too, but I know it's a lack of sleep. I don't think he has a kid or anything like that. So he talks about all he does is
right.
make videos.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's like you don't know what real tired is when you have to, like, a newborn toddler where you have to get up. Your body starts to strengthen to a point where you can survive with less sleep. So I think it's a little bit of a very flippant response to someone saying you're tired. He could have had a more nuanced answer, but that's how social media works. You guys say the most like outrageous thing.
Yeah, true.
But I think what I think is to make content is not hard, but I would say, but to do it and be able to do it full time is not easy. It's not. To do it full time, it takes a lot of effort.
Yeah, and you gotta get lucky a little bit too. There's a lot of things involved. Yeah,
networking, like you said, like you put a lot of effort. You put more effort than the average person to get to where you were. Like Pedro makes a video every single day.
For this coming up March, so March 2023, it'll be 2 years every day. Yeah. I've actually missed 2 days, I think, but whatever. Good reason. But some days I do a couple shorts plus a long and multiple lives,
also multiple videos. So it does take some effort, and then to be that consistent, because a lot of people start. So like it's easy. You could put a few videos up, no problem. But to do it full, that's hard. But I have a more important question: what jobs are more valuable? And that's the problem with our young kids now. The top job these kids want to be, the top job, like, hey, what you want to be when you grow up, is YouTuber.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
right.
Some kind of content creator, making something, social media. You being an influencer or whatever. These kids, everybody wants to do this or be the next Mr. Beast or have a podcast, and you know, and it's I would say it's not even just kids, it's adults. Look at all, you know, we have a podcast that we started, right? Like a lot of
Yeah.
other people have them, and stay-at-home moms have them, you know, guys that work in auto shops and restaurants, they turn a camera on and they're live streaming their day at their job, you know, like, so it's definitely, you know, I look at it like it's just people that are smart. And I'm going to say this to some people, and for everybody that's watching or listening, content creation and getting paid money to show the world your everyday life or your opinions or whatever, whether they're right or wrong or they're hot takes or they're, you know, it's just fun stuff. It's laughter. It's entertainment. Get your money. If you think you have something to offer of value to the world, these big companies, these trillion-dollar companies, not billion, trillion-dollar companies will pay you. So you'd almost be foolish not to try. Even if it's just a few months, try to see. You'd be surprised how much you can make by filming with your phone things that you're doing already. So I just put that out there for it, and you take that for what it's worth. But
yeah, I think that it's important if you're able to, you have something, because everyone can do it. And but I still feel like a lot of us don't understand how important real, like I'll say real jobs out there.
Yeah.
Being a doctor, being a lawyer, being a fireman, being a police, being a pilot, being an HVAC repair person, being able to repair
a plumber, or auto mechanic. Yeah.
Those jobs are more valuable than a content creator. So yes, to be a full-time content creator, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of mental effort, right? But the real jobs, real valuable jobs that most of us can do, with enough training, you can still make good money, life-changing money, right? A doctor is, you know, life-changing money. So I feel like a lot of kids don't understand that. I think it's kind of similar to what I'm sure me and you, when we were growing up, we maybe thought about being an actor. Same thing. You creating content. You may not be doing everything compared to what we're doing, but you may want to have been a basketball star. Like you want to be out there and shown and seen. But
yeah,
I didn't like. I would say I did not like his take because it was no nuance. But that's just how the internet works. But I just wanted to throw that out there. Let me know what you guys think, obviously, in those comments below. So, Kanye. I thought, oh yeah, what's up with everybody in the chat? Matthew,
wake up, Mr. West. Wake up, Mr. West.
Yeah.
He's like that, you know, his first was it a college
dropout?
Bernie
Mac was doing that.
Bernie, wake up, Mr. West. Wake up, man. Wake up.
So I think the last couple of times that we talked about Kanye, we defended him a little bit. Like, you know, he's outspoken, he has a plan or something. But now it just seems like it's a lot of him just doing some really odd stuff. So I don't know if you guys saw the short, but he's linking up. I guess he's running for president. I guess.
I saw his merchandise. He rebranded 2024 or something. He took some stuff and bought a whole bunch of Balenciaga or something, and then like put the 24 tag. I don't know. He said he was going to run last time. I mean, he wouldn't win. I mean, that would be impossible, but you know, it doesn't mean you can't run.
Yeah, and I mean, you could run. We're over age 85. 85. Wow, we're over the age of 35. We are American citizens. Yeah, we can run. I mean, again, we just waste our times, but we can run for president. But I think the reason that I'm confused right now, and I think he was on a really popular YouTuber, Tim Pool. Really big YouTuber, millions of views. The host did not want to say the word Jewish or Jewish people. He didn't want to explain it. And then Kanye just says, I'm out, and just leaves.
Yeah, I saw that.
Someone also put in the comment that he is, I guess he has to pay child support. He has to pay $200,000 a month. There's other stories that some of his assets are being frozen by the IRS. So the question I have to ask you guys, and ask Pedro, obviously, what's the end game here, right? Like, we looking at Kanye as this genius, right? And we think there has to be a plan here for what he's doing, because at least in my mind, I wish that he could just make music, like good music. And you want to make the goofy clothes? These kids want to. All right, no problem. What do you think is really going on? Are we overlooking how this mental health issue is a bigger deal? And just because he's right about one thing doesn't necessarily mean that he still needs some help. Like, I don't know. You tell me what's going on with Kanye. If you know.
I think he's obviously a man of faith, right? Like he talks about God leading him. You know, none of this has to do with him. It's God's plan. He talks about that. He's been talking about that even more recently. Even if you go back to when his mom died, like it's all, God's in control. He's just doing what he does, right? And if something happens, it's because he wasn't following God all the way. He said that recently. I saw in an interview clip, right? And standing outside a car or something. He's like, anything that happens is because I gave up on God. I wasn't listening. I wasn't doing what I needed to do by, God's law or whatever. So I think I don't know if he's trying to play the martyr. I don't know if I don't know. I don't. I just think I think he's going to be okay. I hope he's going to be all right. I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. He does have kids, but I mean, it's getting out of control. I think. And also when you get to a level that he's at with the kind of money and influence, and at this point, I think his influence is greater than his bank account, which is crazy because he's got a lot of money.
Yeah,
but I think his influence is even greater, and I think he kind of knows that. But it's just like it's also his gift and it's his curse because he knows he has influence. He understands when he says things, there's power in his words. But also because he has so much, he doesn't know how to stop himself, and he says things that can be outlandish, right? And that can influence in a negative way. So I don't know what's going to happen with him, but running for president, it's all just like, it's just weird. And I hate to make a joke, but like when you step into that Kardashian family as a man, you come out different. And every man that's hopped into that family has shown that something's going on. There's some witchery going on over there now. I'm telling you. Some ain't right. Some ain't right. Every single guy that's gone into that hasn't come out right. I think they got something going on over there. I don't know.
Hollywood, they are an epitome of Hollywood, the corporate machine, and how they spit out young people, children, and how they behave and how they look. I don't know if there is any more of a plan with Kanye. Like I don't see it. Like again, maybe he's on a different. I assume he's on a different wavelength than we are. He's on a different frequency that we don't understand because he definitely he kind of tanked Trump's re-election. Trump was hanging out with him and Kanye, Kanye, and he was with some other guy that is a Holocaust denier. I think named Nick Fuentes or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Trump doesn't want to apologize that he had dinner with those two. It's like, well, I guess Trump, you're out because he has 2 years of him constantly doing stupid stuff. I think he should not announce so early. And I think people are just tired. Eventually,
you're talking about Trump, right? Are you talking about? Yeah, Trump. We should probably do a podcast on that. But what do we think is going to happen? Because I think I could see Trump winning actually very easily if he runs. I could see that. I would not be surprised at all.
It's hard for me because again, you piss off the wrong people. As he said, like the Trump team was trying to say, "Hey, it was an accident," and Trump's like, "No, it wasn't." I was like, "Nah, that's not because you pissed off the people." Dave Chappelle has been trying to tell people, "Don't." So it's going to be more difficult, I would say, because he has more room. He has 2 years to continue to make these kind of mistakes.
Yeah, good point.
But back to Kanye, I don't see the. Oh, Nova Dash had a really good comment. Only Ray J came on top.
I got a really good joke right there. We're not monetized. Ray J came out. Yep, he came.
Did you watch the video?
Oh man, I've seen that video. That's a long time ago. How long? That was like 15 years or something.
Yeah, right? I just wanted to say it wasn't even that great. Kim wasn't before.
No.
It's when you're watching pornography. I'm telling you guys, you're trying to watch pornography. You want someone that is really putting in the effort. Like they're really.
She a freak though. She's a freak.
Yeah, but that's why I don't know why you brought this up. But talking about porn, in my opinion,
I didn't bring it up. What? Yeah, I guess I did.
Yeah, you did. The best kind, and again, I don't watch it a lot, and I realized you have to scale back. You don't want to get too into that. So you want to actually, you have, your woman there. You don't want to spend too much time on that. But I always felt that the more glitzy and glamorous it is with the beautiful back shots and all of the, like clearly they rented some mansion and they doing the perfect lighting. No. Amateur stuff is the best. With two people who probably actually enjoy being with each other. They actually know each other, probably. Maybe. Hopefully they do. that seemed to be because it's a more intimate experience. It's actually looks like they're actually, so that's just my opinion on it. Put in the comments below.
Hannibal's watching like the casting couch, the reality stuff. That's what Hannibal.
Not. Well, maybe. For the fake taxi, but I'm just talking about like
fake taxi.
You laugh because you know about that.
I know what you're talking about. That's why I know.
Amateurs, in my opinion, I think that's why OnlyFans probably blew up. It's regular people.
Because it's like the girl next door. You know that there's somebody that might be living down the street from you, and there's a little bit of like mysterio with that. It's a little bit like, ooh, that maybe she's in the supermarket next day. Like, I can run into this person, and it's like, it seems more attainable, right? As a guy, you're like, ooh, okay, I can send her money directly. Right, and
exactly.
it's only that's what guys are creepy like that. So
Nova, my favorite commander fan, Hannibal, is about that amateur low. No. First of all, who has low quality video now? Your cell phone has 4K. Like just the lighting is always probably not the best, but I just feel like people who actually want to be with each other, because I've seen a lot of videos, and it's a lot of issues with the porn industry. A lot of women are being, I won't say manipulated to be in there, but probably shouldn't be in there. You don't know what they're doing to be in there. You can tell they're there to pick up a check. Yeah. And when you see an acting performance or performance in general and someone's not into it, it doesn't look all that interesting. So I'm just pointing that out there. I don't know what this has to do with Kanye specifically, but what has to do with Kanye?
We lost it because I saw the Ray J comment and I saw the word. I was like, ooh, I got a funny joke. And then I said it. And then now we're talking about porn and taxis and all kinds of, so. Yeah.
Bobby has some more detailed analysis from the Kim Ray J video. Her ass
did all the work.
She's a fluffer.
Listen, I'm gonna say this: Kim Kardashian, she's attractive. I've seen her pictures of her where I'm like, oh, she's attractive. I've also seen stuff where I'm like, she's not very. I'm not attracted to a woman that looks like that. That's not my cup of tea, right? Yeah. But that's just me, if she was standing next to me, I'd be like, yeah, I'll probably take care of that. But but like that's just not the fake and all the makeup and the big, like I know Hannibal likes big booties, but to me, it just doesn't look natural.
I think we all did. We all desensitized to it. A little bit. Too often. I think when she started to do that, maybe 10 years ago, everyone was. But now everyone does it. The BBL. Yeah. It's prevalent. People go either travel out of country for it. It happens, and then there's always a few who do the extreme. It looks like a diaper, so you eventually start to lose the appeal to it. So watching a regular looking woman with normal proportions looks nice. Like
I like a woman that has a little bit of like flaws to her body. You know what I'm saying? Like give me a little tiger stripe here and there. Like you got a kid, give me a little jiggle. I don't want it to be so like
perfect,
plasticky and perfect. There's no value in that for me, right? So I like a little flaw because we're all like flawed. You know what I'm saying? So like when I look at her, it's like it's just fake. I don't like it. So
that's why I was talking about the amateur porn, Pedro. What do you think? I was just bringing this up. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we everything is just so clean and nice. And I think even with like going back to content creation, when someone just has their phone talking.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe sometimes they'll drop it or they're doing something else. Feels like a more authentic experience compared to like the super polished video. So I think we're maybe hopefully we're coming back to that. I don't think so. Listen, women in the club, the ones are everyone's gonna be after is the ones that got everything done. Got the eyelashes, they got the hair. Even if we say we like you natural, when we out in the club when we looking, our primal brains kind of turn back on. You may forget all the things we're just saying and really watch. So I don't know. I hope Kanye has a plan. I don't think so. I hope it's firing out of control until someone he trusts will say you need to slow it down.
But I don't know who that is because I think his ego is so big that he does have people around him, but he's just always thinks or probably always is the smartest person in the room. So I think when you have that, the combination, the mixture of that, it's hard, right? It's hard to lean on somebody. He needs somebody to lean on right now.
Yeah.
We've all been there in our life. He needs somebody to lean on that he could get advice from. And I don't think he's in a time in his life to receive that, but anybody but God, right? But God's not physically with him. So he can't, selfishly, and I've said this before, I just would like for him to make music. Give me a Donda 20, give me whatever. You see, Nas is coming out with all these great albums. Like, you should be inspired. Like, just keep making some music. But I think he's an artist in so many different ways. He's like, I've done that. I want to do clothes. I want to do this. I want to do that. So it is what it is.
Matthew says Pedro just wants a few ripple jiggles, not dual basketballs bouncing 2 feet up.
Ripple jiggles.
All right. Since you guys talk about basketball, there's a really interesting Instagram you guys should check out called Buns and Basketball. That's all I'm going to say.
I've never heard of this Instagram.
And Bobby, I know you'll check it out. Cliff Dog, if you're interested. Matthew,
I'm sure Nova will check it out.
Buns and Basketball on Instagram. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, we could talk around about Kanye. Hopefully he's still doing some music. But who the hell knows at this point? I think he's looking for something bigger. And also going back to like mental health issues, paranoia is also a very powerful issue. And he doesn't stop. He works all the time. So that brain is just moving. And if he's not taking care of himself, sleep or proper therapy, then who knows what's going on. And a lot of influencers are using him to get their point across. So he has the far right folks in there. Yep. And not necessarily saying that they're all bad, but they're clearly using his influence. Like you said, his influence is probably worth $1 billion. Right? His influence is $1 billion. They know they align themselves with Kanye. They get their attention. Candace Owens, all these people, and they use him. And if he does something crazy, they'll spin around and pretend that they didn't even know who he is. You know what I mean? Yep. So we'll see what's going on. And Nova Dasher already has a review from the Buns and Basketball IG account.
Did not disappoint.
Disappoint. We'll talk about it more if you guys want to. But for now,
but I'm imagining. Nova, give me a thumbs up if I'm right or a thumbs down if I'm wrong. I'm imagining if I were to Instagram search this in my Instagram. My girlfriend does my Instagram. I'm not even in there, right?
Yeah.
I imagine if I searched it, one of the first couple pictures would be a woman with like a thong, a big booty, and she's like holding a basketball or in a jersey.
Hey, don't pretend you didn't watch this already.
No, I promise you, I am not on Instagram like that. But I would imagine that's where my mind would go. And they're probably very Kardashian looking, heavy makeup, blondes, brunettes, redheads, black women, all kinds. No,
mostly black.
Okay, mostly black. Okay,
makeup, maybe.
See, I like a range. I'm
gonna give you another tease.
Okay,
lingerie football.
Lingerie. Oh, so they're playing basketball. In lingerie.
So you can watch it and your lady friend can't get mad.
I thought this was just like pictures.
Oh no, they have some video in there too, and they travel around the country.
Nova with the 20 thumbs up. Okay, so he's already seen 20.
Nova, can you pay attention to the rest of the podcast and watch? We need all the view times.
Listen, that's a lot of jiggling, though. That's a lot of jiggling.
Yeah. I mean, we can break down these videos if you want in the later thing. But
listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something before we get into this top 5 overrated.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave y'all with this, and we're gonna segue. There's nothing I like a woman that like basketball players. Like if you're cute and you play ball, that gets me every time. Like Skylar Diggins back in the day, like I used to like.
She's fine.
She went to Notre Dame. She's fine. Like,
she's
capital
fine.
F. Sanaa Lathan in Love and Basketball when she's playing ball. She
you love that movie?
Oh, I love it.
He's such a softie.
Dude,
Bobby says they're all wearing Kobe jerseys, ready to post up on you. Bobby,
number 8 and number 24. Bobby, I need both. Afro Kobe or bald Kobe?
Yes, hopefully one in bald. Right? Hopefully one in bald. Okay, we need to get back. Focus, this is going off the rails here. So overrated list. So you want to go how it went last time? I know we.
What do you think?
Did you listen to the album that you said you was going to listen to? Did you check it out?
Yes. So Hannibal wanted me to listen to. Oh man, hold on. The Beastie Boys, "License to Ill," right?
Yeah.
So I was listening to it this morning, getting ready. I had Ruby, my little girl, with me in the bathroom. I'm like, getting ready, and she's listening to it, and she loves music, and she's just bopping because the beats are really good. I listened to maybe 7 songs. I didn't listen to the whole thing. Listened to a few more, like in the car today as I was driving around. Definitely some classic songs, right? No Sleep Till Brooklyn, a few other ones, right? Crazy Beats by Rick Rubin, production's nuts.
It's strong. It's no wonder if you were at that time, and let's say you were someone who looked like they did, right? Love rock music, and you play this.
Rock. Yeah.
This blew you away. I mean,
and I think that's why they got so popular, because they're merging the hip hop
in the rock
with the rock. So you had that, remember Run DMC and Aerosmith, and this all came, so very similar. It's a hard listen for me, and this is why. The rhymes are mediocre. I think the flow and things like that, and the aggressive, loud screaming is like unique. It goes with the beat, so it pairs well. Sometimes there are some one-liners that are very historic in the genre of hip hop, which I can appreciate, but it's bad. They're overrated. I understand why it's a classic album and why they still sell like 20,000 copies a week or whatever, streaming or CDs when CDs were a thing. But man, if you take the beats out, and for me, a good lyricist or a good MC, you should be able to take the beat out, listen to the words alone, right? And there should be some value there. If you take the beat out and the rock, these guys are absolute, like somebody down the street could do what they do. So that's what I'll say about that. I think there's value in the production. I think it's very, very cringy for me to listen to, if I'm being honest. That's my opinion on Boys.
I would challenge you. Your feelings with 80s rap is not. It was a little bit too simple for you.
Yes,
I think
very simple.
I would say they had. I think their delivery, the confidence, the look. I think they had that down. But yes, I do agree. If you had Run DMC with those beats, that's a classic album. Probably more of a classic than License to Ill, because this is their classic album. But I love that production. I mean, if they just had the instrumentals, I would listen to that in the car. I mean, even when they're on it, some songs are a little bit that they are yelling and they are basically copying Run DMC.
Yes,
they'll it's kind of like one talk and another they'll say the same and then the bar together.
It's like it's just like I can't get down with it.
And yes. So I guess I'll go right in. I put Beastie Boys at number 5 for me. Just because I want to talk about it. Are they the most overrated ever? Probably not. But we're talking about rapping. That's a very unique and powerful, like it's a skill set. But they had everything else. They had the look, they had the production, the packaging. They seemed like they were good guys. I don't think I've seen any negative story about the Beastie Boys.
No, and they've been influential in helping other people
out. Rappers, charitable. So but as rappers, I would say that's my 5. So
there's your 5. Okay, can I go in? We can go back and forth like we did last week. I thought that was
whatever you want to do.
I do have 2 honorable mentions, so let me give my honorable mentions real quick. Because I can't. I'm just too. I can't. It's hard to do just 5, right? Man, I'm gonna upset some people today. I'm gonna name some groups or rappers that are iconic, but I just think they're overrated for various reasons. Okay, so time to hate on Pedro. Now, my first honorable mention is Pitbull. Everybody knows Mr. Worldwide. I think he's hot trash. I think he's garbage. Pitbull was better before he got Mr. Worldwide. He was actually a rapper, Miami, whatever. Like he was, a little more street. Then he put on the white thing and started sweating on stage. And it's like, this guy is, sold out to the hip hop elite, right? But Pitbull, extremely overrated in my opinion. This one's gonna hurt. I got Run DMC as honorable mention, overrated.
Because they're from the 80s.
Historically, I know historically there's significance. I get it, but there's not a lot of there's not a lot there for me. There just isn't. There's too bubblegum for me. It's just I'm not a big Rev fan, if I'm being honest. I'm just not. So I put them in my honorable mention. So for number 5, Macklemore is number 5 for me. The only reason I put him on my list is because he stole a Grammy from Kendrick Lamar. Macklemore made one song about this or that. It's very poppy. Macklemore to me is obviously a talented dude, but he got so popular for a while there. I think he's very overrated. I think he's a look. I think he got popular because of how he looks, and he was the next Vanilla Ice, basically. Overrated. He's my number 5.
I'm gonna throw something really crazy at you real quick, but I want you to think about it. Don't just jump and say it's not right and not true.
Okay,
I put it honorable mention.
I'll listen.
Snoop Dogg.
Oh, maybe you know what, y'all?
Doggy Style. Go ahead. If it wasn't Doggy Style, okay, got you.
Is he your number 4?
No, I have his honorable mention.
Got it.
I didn't want to get shot, so I was like, let me just say this. All right, he had 2 good albums in the 90s. What has he done since?
Oh, yeah.
Except be really charismatic and interesting, and I love that goofy song he had, Sexual Eruption or something. It was a stupid song. It was him singing. I think Snoop Dogg is overrated. I think he has some classic songs. I mean, obviously with Dre, and he'll throw some bars, but I think Snoop Dogg, his honorable mention, is overrated. And that's hard for me to say because I enjoy his music. But if it wasn't for Doggy Style and the Dogfather, like what has he done? Can you name a song he did in the 2000s? Like, Snoop Dogg killed it.
I cannot disagree with you at all. You'll find out why very soon. That's all I'm going to say about that. So what do y'all think in the chat? Snoop Dogg is an honorable mention for overrated in Hannibal's list. So okay.
Bobby agrees. I could have put him on. Matthew says, "Pulling your vest." Like, people come after us. Yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, I'm thought about him, like, because everyone loves Snoop Dogg, right? We all love him.
He's so popular. He's
doing hanging out. But I think you know what? I think Snoop Dogg had the ability to do whatever he wanted. He was like, well, fuck it. First of all, he almost died dealing with this nonsense that was happening. He was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make some commercials, do some movies, be goofy, smoke weed all day.
Yeah.
Like, did he actually really went in the booth and like went hard, or you know what I mean? Like, some people just don't have that kind of feel anymore. But I'll go with 4. This is gonna be an easy one, but it really pissed me off. It's like one of our very first episodes we ever did when we talked about the Rolling Stones top 200.
Yeah.
Cardi B.
Oh snap! I didn't. He went there. I was wondering.
Cardi B, and you can really put Cardi B and Megan kind of the same pot. Now we all would like to be touched by them. Yeah, obviously. And
stop. Hold up. Hannibal just said we'd all like to be touched.
And we both. I think we like Megan more than Cardi. I think, right? I think we talked about
I don't. They're the same. I like it. They're the same. They're interchangeable for me. Yeah.
Exactly, Garden State. There's too many writers. We don't know who's writing for Cardi B. Now, she could probably say she writes herself, her own, but I think Nicki was writing her
way better. Nicki's way better.
Yeah. And I think she had help too, but she's way overrated. It's about her personality, which is infectious, her laugh.
Yeah.
She's very charismatic. And her debut album is good.
Yeah. But
it sure is not as good as what they think. And I think a lot of people have her thinking like, oh, she's one of the best female MCs. I would say her mixtapes was going hard. Now her debut was good. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll probably predict she'll probably fall off.
Yeah. Well, I think she'll do other things. She's a celebrity, not a rapper, in my opinion. She raps, but you know what I'm saying? She's a celebrity. She's very infectious. She's got a good personality, interesting voice, right?
Yeah.
It's different. She's comical. She's kind of a character. Came from nothing, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Good question. You mean versus or who I would rather? I thought it was rather who you rather.
I like Iggy Azalea. I mean,
in terms of rapping, yeah, Iggy's terrible. I'm not going to put her overrated because she's not even rated. She's
For
God
me,
awful.
she's not relevant to be on my list.
No. But apparently she sold her catalog for 7 figures. What catalog? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, business is business, right? But
so
Cardi
that's your
B,
4.
obviously.
Okay.
But yeah, Cardi B is overrated. Her debut album is a solid album, but she gets way more attention than she deserves. So that's my number 4.
Fair. Okay, so I had Macklemore at 5. I think some of you are like, Macklemore, who's that guy? He's not. I get it. Okay, I get it.
He was the man for like a minute.
He was the guy for a little bit.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Young Thug. I don't know if y'all know who Young Thug is. He's more current.
I'm a fan of Young Thugs a little bit.
Are you? Yeah, I cannot get down with Young Thug. I know a lot of people, this new kind of wave of rappers are like, oh, Young Thug's my inspiration. I love it. I've tried to listen to some of his stuff, and it's like way over my head. Young Thug gets a lot of praise though, and he gets a lot of love from rappers. I don't get it. He's my 4th most overrated rapper is Young Thug. I don't understand. It's weird. I don't get it. I don't like him. Young Thug's number 4.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, got you. I'm gonna say Iggy. Yeah, because Cardi will drug you. Apparently, she has mentioned she has in the past, and then rob you. All right,
that might be fun if you're drugged though.
Yeah, I don't drugs.
Depends on what kind of fun you like that,
right? Yeah, I feel you. Young Thug. First of all, he may not ever come out of jail. Apparently the RICO case is pretty strong on his end.
Yeah.
I don't think he's coming back out. You see, like he again, we're all kind of following the same theme. A lot of image and style over the songs.
Over the substance.
The song he broke out from, I didn't understand any lyrics, but the flow was nice. Lifestyles. I don't know what he was saying, but
I need to know what you're saying. That's my thing. I can't. A beat is a beat. That's great, but then at that point, if you're rapping over a good beat, unless you produced it, that's no credit to you.
Yeah, I don't understand what he's saying, but you could put him up there with the Playboy Cardi's. It's like, what are you saying? You're killing it, but I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess it's actually a little different. For my third is Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane.
People love him. People love him. Like, he's a legend and this and that, and same thing as everybody else. A lot of style. Super charismatic dude. It's a few songs I do like. I love Wasted. I love Lemonade. There's a lot of classic songs. Like he jumps on a few features. Overrated, man. I mean, maybe he was better when he was in mixtape days, and maybe I don't have enough of him. But what I've heard, confident. I mean, I'm sure he's had his battles with Jeezy and all these other rappers. Like, overrated.
But Jeezy's way better than Gucci Mane, right?
Wouldn't we agree?
Like, it's not even, to me, it's not even close.
People love Gucci Mane. It could be a regional thing too.
Yeah,
like he's down south down there. He's probably a god down. He's like, how dare you? But
then he lose like a whole bunch of weight, and now he has like a 6-pack, and he's got some woman. Yeah. Now he's like he's like living a whole different life. Like, completely.
This is an underrated, fantastic comment from Noah Dasher. Kevin Gates over Gucci Mane. Yes,
Kevin Gates is way better than Gucci Mane.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's not even close. It's not even close. Yeah,
but Gucci Mane has been very successful, and I just feel like a little overrated. I think it's more of his image more than the music. But he has some good music. Like, he has some hits. You could put on some Gucci Mane stuff and you'll vibe with it. Talk about rapping now. Overrated.
I don't know enough Gucci Mane. I know if I heard a song and somebody said that's Gucci, I'd be able to, like, I know
the ad-libs are nice, and he gets some good producers on his stuff. He could put out some good music, but no.
Yeah. I can't disagree with that. All right. So my third one is a more current. So I have a couple current people, and then I got a couple OGs, and we'll get into that. So my third is Future. Future to me is
that's my second.
Is it? He's got some beats. He's got some, but like, it's just so dumbed down. Like, I don't understand why he's so popular. I just don't. I don't get it. I think he's done a lot of mixtapes. He's from the streets. so he has that street cred. He's got 20 baby mamas, so that gets him more cred with certain people.
He's potent.
He's just so, he's banging Scottie Pippen's wife in Gucci flip-flops. It's like
Sierra,
he's talking, he's doing all these. It's just not my. I think he's overrated. It's not my kind of hip hop. I don't understand. I think he is a character. He's just like, it's just this guy. He's got perfect teeth. He's got the gold chains. He looks good. He's got the dreads. He's got the braids. His music is trash. I just don't like it.
You don't like any of his music, any of his songs?
There's a few tracks that if I'm in a club, let's say, I'm gonna bob my head, but like that's not the kind of hip hop I like. It's not the kind of music I like. I have to be able to listen to you if I'm driving in my car or if I'm cleaning up the house on a Saturday. I got some music playing in the background, or if I'm getting ready for work, like I'm good. I just think he's overrated. I don't get it. I don't know why. He's a feature artist to me. He's like that DJ Khaled, like I'm gonna make music to make money off you, but there's no substance. There's not enough substance. It's just, everything's repetitive. It's the same stuff, right? Yeah. And when there's no substance and it's repetitive, I can't get down with it. If it's repetitive but there's substance, like a Nas, I can get down with that because I'm getting something, right? I just don't get anything when I listen to Future. So he's my number 3.
Yeah. So I guess you could jump to your number 2, but Future is, my number 2. I'm a fan of him. I've watched him in concerts. But lyrically, no, he's not there. But he can make a song. And Carter said you need to get on this podcast. He is part of the Dungeon fan. Like he's a part, like Andre. He has songs with Andre 2000, so that he has some talent. It's just a lot of drinking, a lot of purple drink, and a lot of slur. And he talks about drugs. I don't think he takes them. So he's a bit of a fraud on that one. At least I'm sure he has, but he's like
character.
Percocet. Like he ain't taking Percocets, but he's rapping about them while dummies who are watching, listening, and they're taking Percocet and Molly's. Yeah. Well, he's not. Well, he's probably a vegan or something. Definitely more style. He knows how to make a good radio hit.
Good point.
Future can get a song on the radio and people will vibe with it. He knows how to hook. That's a lot of rapping in terms of getting a song and being on and being popular is, can you make good hook?
Well, because now you got all these TikToks and other videos that are made off the hook. So that's how you're going to get popular. So.
Yeah. And he has a few songs that you could play in the club. And he can do the hooks, like literally he can do the hooks for songs with Lil Wayne and Drake. You put Future on with the auto-tune voice. So he definitely made a lane for himself. And he's a fashionista. He's always wearing goofy shit and whatever. And he's very potent, very potent. Like if he looks at a chick, he can get her pregnant. Like he just it comes all out. You should wear a condom, Future. But
these guys, I mean, they're like $3 or something. Like, just figure it out. Like, come on,
trying to repopulate the world. Like,
jeez.
But I'm a fan of. I'll listen to it, but it's been a while, so I put him at number 2 because I feel like he's falling off a little bit. Songs are very repetitive. They just don't have the same. He wasn't the same as he was maybe 7 years ago, 5 years ago. And this is how popular Future. I don't know if he still is as popular. He probably is, but he was maybe 7 years ago. I went to the Barcade Center. I forgot what it was, some kind of event, had a bunch of rappers. Kendrick was headlining the event. So he had all the rappers, they went to the line there. The second to last was Future. When Future came on, I don't know where, people were, coming in and out of their seats or whatever, doing their thing throughout the rest of the set. When Future came on, everyone rushed to the front of the stage. People were all standing up. They loved everything this man said. It's interesting. I saw Future twice, which is weird. Anyway, the moment he finished his set, 1/4 of the fucking, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it, 1/4 of the fucking stadium left while Kendrick finished his set.
That just makes me, I just want to
I couldn't believe it.
But you have to understand though.
This is in Brooklyn.
Think about it though. When you go to a concert, especially with hip hop, it's the energy, right? Kendrick's gonna, it's different. I would imagine the Kendrick show. Who knows what kind of? I've never been.
I love Kendrick. He performed. He put it on, but for some reason, I think Future connects with the younger folks, and they loved it. And he did his thing, but no, you don't leave because Kendrick came on.
That's crazy.
Kendrick could wrap circles around Future. Future knows that. Like Future Moms knows that. Like you don't just leave. So it's just it depends on
it depends on what you like, but it's almost like, do you want to go to the game and see Steph Curry just hit some beautiful 3-point shots? Steph Curry pregame, maybe he hits 23s in a row and it looks cool, right? Yeah. It's like, okay, but then you get bored. Or do you want to go see Zion dunk the ball crazy? Which one's more entertaining?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's just, it's a different taste, I guess. But so you said Future's number 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
KB, he has some spicy takes. He's like, hell, Kendrick is overrated.
All right, KB, it's time for you to bounce.
We appreciate all opinions, but we can't go with you on that one. Nobody actually says Wale. Yeah, Wale
could flow though.
I don't think he's overrated, right?
No, Wale could flow. I like Wale.
He's not up there. He's not up there.
He's not, this list I put together, at least it seems like Hannibal's. But these are like popular, like mainstream, really popular. Maybe they've won awards, historical relevance. So that gets me to my second, Beastie Boys. Beastie Boys is number 2 for me. I don't get it, but I get it. They're still popular. Beastie Boys is trash. I think they are so overrated. Now, they're more overrated than my number 1. But the reason I have my number 1 at number 1 is I'll talk about that in a minute. But Beastie Boys is number 2.
I don't know if you have the same brain. I think we probably have the same number 1.
No, we don't have the same number 1.
You sure?
But yes, but we do have similar 5s.
Okay, we'll all right. So I'll say my number 1 whenever you're ready.
But number 2 is Beastie Boy. I just can't. If they didn't team up with Rick Rubin, I don't think we even know who they are. So for me, that they can't hold it on their own. They're overrated. And the significance of their album sales is an influence is why I have them at 2, because they're obviously so relevant in pop culture and hip hop culture, but I don't think it's warranted. It's my opinion. Beastie Boys number 2.
I would counter that it is warranted in the fact that it got a bunch of people who probably didn't think they could rap or even appreciate rap music. Or at least they looked at someone that looked like them that were doing it on a high level.
Let's not pull punches. White people. So Beastie Boys brought more of the white people, suburban kids into hip hop. That's
and what does that bring?
But it brings a lot of positive. It does bring positive. Yeah,
money.
So it does. It brings money
because
it brings money.
From very early on, more white people spend more money on hip. First of all, it's not a lot of us, but they're the ones who I see some of these ticket prices for some of these some artists. I'm like, who's paying for this?
White people have more money than brown and black.
Well,
it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Let me just look at some of the other comments here. That's not like Future. Look, you don't find him attractive? I find him,
You're a woman of high class. That's why, probably. He likes ratchet chicks. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. No Beastie Boys, no Macklemore. Yeah, KB has I don't dig his albums. It's nothing controversial. Kendrick's albums just don't do it for me. I'm an OG gangster rap fan from we both said Outkast. I thought he was gonna leave and never come back. But
I think KB's about to leave in a minute.
Over Wu-Tang?
I think KB's gonna unsub.
I feel you.
Okay. We love you, KB. We love you, KB.
Yeah, and Wu. Yeah, if you said Wu was better than Outkast, we wouldn't necessarily argue against that. But yeah, it's all about your flavor and taste. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you was really into like gangster rap, would you still like Kendrick? It could be his voice. That's probably a little bit. Cause I know sometimes his varies with the voice, maybe a little bit off-putting, but I like it. I love all that. So I'm gonna go and jump in with my number one.
So you thought our number 1 would be the same. So now I'm really intrigued.
Because when we talked about overrated rappers, they could still be successful. They could still be people we like. But
I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going.
I have to be honest.
I know where you're going.
The most overrated, in my opinion. Oh, Garden State, we're going to talk to you about that comment. We'll talk. We'll bring that up a little later.
Ooh, that's a hot take right there.
Oh yeah, that's. Sorry. Check his mixtapes. He dumbed down his stuff for money. I'll give him that. But no, 50 Cent could rhyme. Drake is my
Oh,
number one
shit.
overrated rapper, and I know
You
I
give
kind of
me
set you
shit
up.
for giving Drake shit, and you got him as your
I
number
set you
one?
up a little bit. I
Okay.
thought about it. He's a great businessman. He's a mogul. He's probably going to be a billionaire soon.
Oh, yeah.
The reason why I have him there is not because he is his music. He makes hit songs. The guy knows how to make hit songs. The problem is he is so corporate with it. He rides waves of what's popular at the time, and he changes his style to fit that. Now you can say that's a good thing, but Nas doesn't change his style, or Jay-Z. Well, I'll take that back. At least Jay-Z, he was rapping fast and realized, okay, that doesn't work. And he kind of kept the same style from that on when he was, when he had the Hawaiian shirt on, right? But Drake, he changed his flows. And in the last couple albums, he's been really weak. There's some songs that he actually does put in some effort. One of my favorite Drake songs that he actually is Western Road Flows. That's a pretty good song. He's rapping, he's throwing some punchlines in there. But a lot of songs, if he's not singing and mixing with the singing with the rapping, that's his hit. That's his formula to make it. And he's extremely, extremely successful. I still listen to his music, but as a rapper, and he's won. He went after Meek and won. How Meek let that happen, I'll never know. I think Meek, like he won that one. How? He said he let a rapping person, I'll say that, beat you, and he did. But Drake is overrated. It's not even.
Are you surprised? So Drake is not my number one. Are you surprised I don't have Drake in my top 5?
I am.
I haven't even mentioned him. Mentioned him.
But what do you think? Is he overrated? What's your opinion?
Yes, I think he is overrated for as much attention and influence that he has. But he's
a machine, man.
Drake to me is a less talented LL Cool J. He's when LL came out, he was commercial, good looking, the swag, he was a little different. Def Jam, he was behind the Def Jam machine, but he was talented, right? Yeah. And that's not to say Drake isn't talented, but he's just kind of like
I feel like he has this whole stable of producers. He checks the boxes.
Yeah.
And it's very scientific. I'll give her that, but not, and he's a very emotional guy. Like he's not, you don't seem like he's a bad guy. It's just you could feel like he makes music. He makes music at a high level. He has more hits than damn near everybody. Every year he has a hit song.
This comment from Nova. I think Drake is a more of a musician over.
That's probably a perfect way of saying.
Because he sings and he dances. He's got the
women love him, and he's able to infiltrate so many different kind of groups. Because he's half Jewish. He's biracial. Yeah. He's lame a little bit sometimes. He's a little vulnerable. Most rappers are not vulnerable. So he checks so many boxes. And then on top of that, he has like this super team of producers that is like, work all day and night on these beats, and I'll come in and throw my little thing. And so I understand that. And
he's a business. He's a business. He's not, you know what I'm saying? It's like it goes beyond, everything he does is just business. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, but
Pusha T still murdered Drake. Yeah. And that was an interesting one too. Drake said he didn't want to respond because Jay Prince told him not to, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But see, Nova Dasher puts in Logic, but Logic is definitely he's an MC.
Logic is way more skilled, and he is an MC. Logic is an MC. He Logic is a little more throwback. Like Logic could have had really good music in the 90s, mid 90s, like when all that was, Logic could have fit in really well in that time. I think Logic was born like 10 years too late, in my opinion.
Yeah, he still did his thing. He still did
his thing. Yeah, absolutely.
But I am surprised. I'm surprised he didn't throw in Drake. I assume
I thought about it, but I didn't. I didn't. He could have been in my honorable mention. I didn't even have him written in my little scribble pad here, but it is what it is.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Number 1. Snoop Dogg is overrated.
Get out of here.
So Hannibal had him at number 5, and I was like, damn. And Hannibal eloquently said some of the reasons why I said Snoop Dogg hasn't done anything relevant in hip hop in 25 to 30 years.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, he's, a tall, lanky, weed smoking guy from the West Coast. Long Beach. He's chilling. You know,
Yeah.
he's got the blue rag. He's got a lot of swag. He came in the game strong. He hasn't made a relevant song in 25 years.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, he's known for smoking weed. He's not known for
That's
making rap.
impressive, though.
It
For him to
is.
maintain. I mean, he hosted a game show, I think, at one point. I don't know if he still does it.
Yeah.
We still care about him. We still like, you know, when he talks about rappers and talks about, you know, I think him and Eminem had a little bit of a tiff because I think he said Snoop Dogg said Eminem is not in my top 5. I mean, it's whatever, right? Like, it's opinion, but we care about his opinion. He's on commercial. I think he's with Corona commercials. He streams. I think he streams video games. People care.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I
if
had
Snoop Dogg had to make a song right now, it would be. He could probably do a feature on somebody's and say a couple funny lines, but he's overrated. I don't. He went to No Limit with Master P, did a couple albums. They were trash. They were
that wasn't
garbage.
good. That wasn't a good fit. Sometimes it's not a good fit.
And then he went to Snoop Lion. He's doing reggae music, trash, right? He's doing cooking shows with Martha Stewart. He hasn't done anything relevant in hip hop in 25 years. And the only reason we know Snoop Dogg is because of Dr. Dre, and he was backed and produced by Dr. Dre, and he had good people around him. Snoop Dogg is, in my opinion, the most overrated hip hop legend. He is a legend. I will give him his flowers.
Yeah, Doggy Style, that debut album, masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
You know, yeah.
He hasn't done anything. Even the Godfather one, when he got with Suge Knight on Death Row, Snoop Dogg's overrated. He's number 1. But the reason I have him at 1 versus 5, because I think I had him at 3 or 4 or something earlier, is because he's so popular. Everybody knows. He's worldwide. Everybody knows his name. He's very popular. Everybody knows what Snoop Dogg looks like. But because he's so popular, that's why I have him at 1. I feel like he deserves the number 1 spot because he is a legend. But he's overrated. I don't, you know, he's different. I get it. His flow is different. Definitely has a couple.
He has,
and
you know, KB is like, y'all bugging. Like, he has so many hit songs. He has had
KB, name me. I want you to name me 5 hit songs. Put them in the chat, right? Name me 5. If you can't have 5 hit good songs.
Drop It Like It's Hot. Okay. That's okay. But that's more of a song. That's a radio hit song.
Yeah, that's a feature.
That's a hit song, but that's a radio song. Like, you don't remember too many lines from those songs. I love the video. Someone actually threw out that top 5 movies, which is actually a good one. We need to do a top 5 music videos of all time.
Ooh.
Right? Because it'd be mine's going to be Tip Drill. I'm kidding. It may be, you know, it may be Tip Drill. But we should do that. I mean, we should do that. I don't watch any. I'll be honest. I haven't watched a music video in a long time. I haven't watched a music video. So it would have to be. Maybe we have to like tell ourselves or say 90s. The top 5 best 90s music videos.
Because that's when MTV and The Box and BET was big. So
Hype William would definitely get a few of my. Probably made all 5. I mean, movie.
If you think of it, the one video, there's a couple that pop out of me, but one that I would probably have as an honorable mention because I know there's other ones that are better. The Victory video with Puff Daddy, Busta Rhymes.
Oh yeah, I saw it recently. Actually,
that is such an amazing video.
What
Production,
was he doing? Just running.
I don't know, but it was good. you had Busta Rhymes as a gargoyle, and it's an amazing video. I think.
Yeah, I love it. And you know, Biggie just destroyed on that track. I mean,
dude, Biggie. Oh man. R.I.P. Yeah, crazy.
Bobby says that the problem is Snoop only had 5 good songs at the 15.
That's my point. He's a legend. So it's like,
he had
why?
More than 5 good songs.
Come on.
He had more than 5. Like, all right. I mean, I agree. I mean,
I think he had more than 5 good songs, but I'm asking anybody to name me those songs. Name them.
Yeah.
Name me the 5. You see what I'm saying? That's my point. It's like,
he had good songs, but not complete classic albums.
He's got 1 classic album. 1.
Would you? This is out of left film because I'm thinking about it right now. Would you consider Chris Brown to be overrated? What classic album that Chris Brown has created?
Well, I don't listen to that kind of R&B, but I think he's talented. The dude can dance.
Talented,
and he's been very popular, and he's doing things currently. So I don't think Chris Brown's overrated.
He released the album. He complained about it not getting pushed this year. I saw a little bit about that. But like Usher, I guess you're not really into but Usher.
I like Usher. Usher's good. Yeah, I like.
Right,
Usher.
like you remember that album, or me, right? I don't
Bird,
know.
Confessions.
I don't know a classic Chris Brown album. Like I'm thinking, like, what is it? He has hits. He's on collabs. Dude can sing, can dance. I'm not saying he's not talented, but
yeah,
is that over? And then also he's seems like he has some issues with violence, but this just stood out there. But yeah, solid list. I really you didn't get me mad. You didn't get me mad.
So we had Future, Snoop Dogg in our top 5 together, right?
We did. We kind of
had Beastie Boys
kind of a setup, but
so we had kind of similar. I think I had Macklemore and Young Thug as kind of out of left field. You had Gucci Man, didn't expect that coming, but
R. Kelly, is he overrated? No. Well, you know
R.
what?
Kelly's super.
First of all, Pedro, we gotta be careful about this. We know what he did was wrong.
You never peed on a girl, Nova? Hold up, Nova. You never pissed on a girl, Nova? Let's be real.
You never had a bunch of women and like
you never peed on a chick, Nova?
Yeah, you never like was into R. Kelly, talented dude. I don't know what's wrong with him other than that, right? Do you all right, this is a random story, but I was at the dentist maybe 2 weeks ago, and in the corner, the x-ray guy that does all the x-rays blasting R. Kelly from his phone. He did not give an F. And it was not just one R. Kelly song. It was like 2. I'm like, man, he's playing the whole catalog. No care. Big black guy. I guess they weren't gonna mess with him, but he didn't care. So like certain songs, like sometimes I'll ask someone, it's like, if I, are you okay if someone play R. Kelly? And most women are like, no, you can't play it. I'm like, all right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't,
Michael Jackson songs though.
I love Michael Jackson. Listen, I love Michael Jackson. My firstborn, her name is Gabby. She's 21. I have a 21-year-old, if y'all don't know that, right? And when she was, I guess, about 10 or so is when Michael Jackson passed away. We were listening to Michael Jackson when she was about 7. I introduced her to Michael Jackson. She would watch all the videos, know all the songs. I bought her all the CDs. This is when we still bought CDs. And when he passed away, that hit hard. We were sitting at a McDonald's. I was reading a newspaper. Remember, guys, they had newspapers back in the day, and I saw it in the newspaper, and I had to break that to her. It was a big deal. Michael Jackson is I love his music. It's a whole nother level. Obviously he's got some issues, but
yeah. I mean, we can, we always could talk about that, but we went over the hour. This flew by, I tell you. What should we do another list? Like, what do you think? I mean, it's a lot of different ideas. I mean, you could do the videos, but you guys have to watch all those videos. I don't know. I used to watch all the videos in the 90s. I mean, you tell me a video that came out 2 years ago. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
I used to watch. I don't watch the music. Are there still music videos? Is that an honest question?
Yeah,
you
still
make them. Okay,
like if I really like the song, like Nas has a few. I like that. I think it was that. What song that on the KD3 had a music video about? Shit.
Quincy. I think I've seen it in my feed, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, cool. I mean, cool album. Like cool video. This is another idea I had. The best movies that involved rappers in a prominent role. So they can't just be a cameo.
Okay.
I don't know how many movies you've seen in the 90s. Have you seen Ice Cube movies or Ice T movies?
Yeah, Ice Cube, Ice T.
You put a list together that's not just Friday.
That would be, we could do that. We could do movies with rappers in them, right? Because you got Tupac, you got DMX,
prominent role. They gotta have a prominent role. Can't just no cameo. They gotta be at least it's a supporting act. They gotta be in the movie for a little bit. Can't just see. It's funny. I would not put Belly in my top 5.
Ooh, what?
I would not put Belly in my
people hate on Belly.
I love the look. The look is amazing. The first season, amazing, and that's the problem. The first scene is so damn good.
It's so
and then
good.
the story is like, what the hell's going on? I don't know what's going on. And then DMX is like, all of a sudden he's like Martin Luther King, he's supposed to assassinate the guy. And he tried to do too many things. So Belly would not be in my top 5.
See, for me, the first part of Belly, like even the first half of it is really good.
Really good, yeah.
The second half is really bad.
Yeah, they were trying to preach and shit. It was annoying.
But I like Belly. I mean, without overthinking too much, Belly is in my top 5 because of the significance of it and the legends that were in it. The opening scene. What's that girl's name? the woman, DMX's girl. I mean,
Oh yeah, she's
come on,
fine.
come on.
Well,
The
we
bedroom
know.
scene alone. Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
Hannibal, bro.
yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
She was a model. I think her name was Tara Hicks or Tara
Yeah,
Hicks. Something like that.
she's a gorgeous
You know,
woman. Yeah,
yeah.
it all
So,
makes sense.
yeah.
But no. But I think we should do that. Top
Let's do
5
that.
movies. I
That
think a
would be
lot of
fun.
us
That'd be fun.
do somebody. Nova Dash said Cradle to the Grave. Okay, Nova Dash.
Hold on. Is that DMX?
I think so.
Is it?
That would not be in
I
my top
don't know if
5.
I've seen that Cradle to the Grave. Is it?
It's an action movie. Is that the one with Jet Li and him, or I'm saying a
That's
different
Steven
one?
Seagal. Like DMX has done a lot of movies. Like
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna look. I think we should
classic.
I think we should do that.
I already have a top 3 in my head already, and no one's going to argue.
I would say both of our number 1s or 2s are going to be identical, and if they're not, we probably got to get rid of the podcast, right?
Right?
Because there's a couple obvious ones to me, like boom, obvious.
I tell you guys, we're not telling each other our list. You guys may not believe that. We're not. It's just somehow I think we just have the same wavelength a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I got stuff written down from like yesterday. Like,
yeah,
you see Snoop Dogg, you see on my list. Like, yeah,
it's so we got top 5 movies involving rappers. We'll probably come up with a better title, but so let us know. Put in the comments below what you guys think is like, rappers. See, like Bobby knows what he's talking about here. Like he already has.
Well, those are obvious, but
those are better. Is that better than Belly?
Is that better than Belly? Oh yeah, that's better.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's 5 of them.
Yeah, I mean for sure. But I also think there's movies that are hip hop influenced movies that don't have a rapper in them that are also really good. So I think I'll probably mention a couple of those.
Maybe honorable mentions.
Maybe honorable mentions. I also think the holiday seasons are upon us, guys.
Yeah.
And we always have this conversation with a group of friends or family, like what's your top 5 Christmas movies, holiday movies? And some people like, is Die Hard a movie? Is it this?
Yeah,
so I'm gonna also maybe we talk about some of our favorite holiday movies. We can maybe talk about that as well.
Okay.
I think people would like that because I think there's a lot of really good holiday movies and a lot of people have varying opinions on that. So I want you guys to be ready for the next show. Bring the movies you like that have hip hop artists in them. Also bring us a couple movies, holiday movies that you like. And name, you guys can mention some of those with us as well.
Definitely. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. I see the subs are moving up every time I check it. Appreciate that.
Creeping up on 400.
You guys are watching a lot of the content. We see the analytics. The watch time is there for a channel that has 380 subscribers. We have a solid group of people here. So we appreciate every single one of you who check out our stuff. Comment below. I see the same people. Like I said, I enjoy this. It's 2 times a week now. So like I love hanging out with you guys. Pedro appreciates it.
And hit the thumbs up, y'all. Hit the thumbs up helps us. I got no problem asking for them. If you guys are getting value out of the content, hit the thumbs up for
definitely. And one more thing before we end it, we're gonna have to do that album of the year conversation. And I know you've been seeing, you've been like, Kendrick is Kendrick.
No,
and Nas and KD3 is coming up, and some people are like, he dropped the album of the year. So will we finally hear from Pedro sometime next month? I mean, next month is literally 2 days from now. Finally say, yeah, I love the Kendrick album. KD3 is going to be the album of the year.
That's what you're saying right now?
Yeah, KD3 is definitely the album of the year.
Man, I'm still on the Kendrick right now.
Finally going to admit it. So you don't have to say it right now. Give us some more time to finally get on our side.
I can say it now, but I'll say it again for you in a couple weeks if you want. It don't matter. my mind's not going to change right now, but it could change, but it's not going to change. If that makes any sense to anybody. Super stubborn.
All right, fair enough. But until next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a safe weekend, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.